Welcome to all my dear students. Myself Sachin Pawar from Anna Saheb Avte College, Mansar. Today we are going to discuss the new chapter number 12, biotechnology. What is biotechnology? Biotechnology is the product of the interaction between the biological science and the technology. It is an applied branch of the biology. Is biotechnology. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about the biotechnology. First, we discuss about the definition of the biotechnology. What is the definition of biotechnology? The development and utilization of the biological forms. The different types of biological forms can be used in this technology and to produce a product which are very useful to the human beings and other life forms. These products are the processes for the obtaining the maximum benefits to the man and other life forms. According to the OECD, the Organization of for the Economic Cooperation and the Development in 1981, the definition of the biotechnology is the application of scientific and engineering principles to the processing of the materials of biological agents to provide goods and services to the human welfare. These are the two definitions which are important for your board exam. Then in next slide we discuss about the scientific principles. Which are the scientific principles can be used in this biotechnology? First is the microbiology. Microbiology, the variety of the microorganisms can be used for the production of, for example, vaccines, antibiotics, enzymes, organic acids, etc. The genetics for DNA repair mechanism replacement, then the study of the genome, etc. It is related to the genetic material DNA and RNA. Then the biochemistry, then chemical engineering, the variety of the substances, for example, vitamins, antibiotics, antibodies, enzymes. Many of these products can be obtained by using this biotechnology. Then in this technology we can use for analysis of the data. Mathematics is important, statistics, computers, and the variety of the industrial processes. We can use this technology very easily. Then the biological agents. We use this word biological agents. What is biological agents? The biological agents means the plants, animals, cells, microorganisms, enzymes, or their products which can be used for our human welfare, for our solving the various problems related to the society. Nowadays, we face the COVID-19 infection and we are waiting for the very best vaccine in the recent days. In biotechnology, we use the tools and techniques for gene cloning or rDNA technology. Variety of the tools are necessary for biotechnological processes. In this process, the first is the important requirement or the necessary things are the variety of the enzymes can be used. The enzymes we use, the enzymes, the enzymes are biocatalysts. Enzymes are biocatalysts which accelerate all the biochemical reactions. For example, the enzymes DNA ligase, then DNA polymerase, alkaline phosphatase, reverse transcriptase, and the most important enzyme is use a restriction endonuclease enzyme. Restriction endonuclease enzyme. This is the one of the most important enzyme which can be used in the biotechnological tools. Restriction enzymes are known as the biological scissors, chemical scissors, molecular scissors. With the help of this enzyme, we can cut the DNA at specific site within the DNA. Is the restriction endonuclease enzyme. For example, the example of restriction endonuclease enzyme is EcoR1, HIN2 or HIN3 or many more restriction endonuclease enzymes are used for the biotechnological tools. Then another tool is a vector. What are vectors? Vectors are the carrier DNA molecule. Vectors are carrier DNA molecule in which the desired fragment can be inserted. Desired fragment can be inserted and carried to the required site. These are the vectors. The examples of vectors generally we can use the vector is a plasmid. Plasmid present in bacteria. For example, general example, the E. coli. E. coli bacteria. The plasmid is present. Then the cosmids. Small fragments can be inserted into the plasmids, but the large fragments, DNA fragment can be inserted into the cosmids. Cosmids are the lambda phage vectors. Cosmids are lambda phage vectors are cosmids. Then some are the artificial chromosomes or artificial vectors. For example, BAC, bacterial artificial chromosome, YAC, yeast artificial chromosome. Then in plant, for genome transfer, the TI plasmid is also important. TI plasmid. TI plasmid is present in the bacterium, Agrobacterium tumefaciens. With the help of this plasmid, the tumor-induced plasmid, we can insert the bacterial genome or the gene of interest or the desired DNA into the plant genome with the help of this plasmid, TI plasmid. What are plasmids? प्लाझ्मिडची डेफिनेशन काय असेल? Plasmids are small, circular, double-stranded, extra chromosomal DNA which can replicate autonomously, which can replicate is a plasmid. Generally, we can use plasmid as a vector for variety of the processes. For example, with the help of rDNA technology for the production of insulin. Then, in a suitable host, We can also use third tool, suitable host. The variety of organisms we can use as a host. For example, the bacterium Escherichia coli. Generally, we can use this bacterium for the production or the multiplication of the desired DNA fragments of the foreign. We can also use the different devices. The variety of devices are used. For example, chromatography, then PCR, then spectrophotometry, ion exchange, and many more devices can be used for these biotechnological processes. As a today, we discuss about a new technology, that is the PCR. PCR is a polymerase chain reaction. This is the instrument of the PCR where we can obtain the million or billions of the DNA sequences or DNA sequence copies within a short time with the help of this machine. This is a PCR. What is PCR? PCR is used for the gene cloning. PCR is used for the gene cloning. What is cloning? To produce the exact replica of itself. To produce the multiple copies of a known DNA sequence that contains a gene. That is gene amplification. They are also called as the gene amplification. PCR is an in vitro method of the amplification. In vitro methods, it is not the natural method. We can produce the billions of copies with the help of the instrument and with the help of the artificial method. We can use this method is a in vitro method. In 1985, the Cathy Mullis introduced or discovered this technique of the PCR. This process is a completely automatic with the help of the machine, PCR machine, and involves or it depends on the thermal cycling or thermal process, alternately the heating and cooling process. Means the temperature. This machine provides the temperature heating or cooling and which gives the proper process to these DNA fragments. Sometimes we are also called as the denaturation, renaturation of the double stranded DNA. This process takes place in this PCR machine. This is very highly specific. For PCR, the basic requirements for PCR. First is the desired DNA of the desired segment of the DNA that contains a gene, means the gene of interest. Gene of interest means we want to get millions or billions of copies of a known DNA. For example, gene of insulin for the production of the insulin. Second is the forward and backward primers. Two primers are necessary. One is forward and another is backward primer. Primers are oligosynthetic nucleotides which are complementary to the template strands. Then third point is the 4-DNTPs. 4-DNTPs, these are the nucleotides, for example D-ATP, D-CTP, D-TTP and D-GTP. All the nucleotides are also necessary for the synthesizing the new strands. These are the 4-DNTPs are also necessary. Then the thermostable DNA polymerase enzyme which can be withstand up to the 91 degrees Celsius. The thermostable DNA polymerase enzyme. This is the Taq polymerase enzyme. Taq polymerase enzyme is Taq polymerase enzyme isolated from the bacterium. Thermus aquaticus, Taq polymerase. T from thermus and AQ from aquaticus. We can obtain this enzyme. This enzyme very important for synthesizing of the new complementary strand. These enzymes which binds the respective nucleotides and it forms the complete another strand. Steps of PCR. The one cycle of PCR constitutes three steps. First step is heat denaturation. Heat denaturation takes place at 90 to 98 degrees Celsius or up to the 90 is sufficient for this step, heat denaturation. In that step, the DNA strand, the hydrogen bonds are broken down and it forms a single stranded DNA. The second, annealing. Annealing of the primers. At that time, the temperature is decreased up to the 40 to 60 degrees Celsius. Then primers get joined to the respective strands or template. This step is known as the annealing. Third is the primer extension. The DNA polymerase enzyme, Taq polymerase enzyme, which forms with the help of the DNTPs, it forms a new strand to the template strand, which is the complementary strand. This is the extension of the new strand. At that time, the temperature is increased up to the 70 to 75 degree Celsius. These are the three steps constitute the one cycle of the PCR. And at a time, the PCR machine, there are 20 to 30 cycles are completed and to produce a billions of copies of a known DNA sequence with the help of this PCR technology. This PCR technology is an in vitro process. Same process we carried out along with the or with the help of the bacteria. This process is known as the in vivo. The multiplication of the desired DNA with the help of the bacteria. This process is known as the in vivo technique. We can discuss or learn with the help of this diagram. This is the DNA strand, one strand of this DNA. Then this is the another strand. This is the original DNA or the gene of interest or the DNA segment that contains a gene which is near about 100 to 30,000 base pair in length. This is the original DNA. Then in first step is heat denaturation. Heat denaturation. What happen? With the help of this PCR machine in the append of tube, all the mixture are mixed properly. The DNA segment, then DNTPs, DNA polymerase enzyme are mixed in this append of tube and then placed or kept in a PCR machine. And PCR machine starts this process. First step is heat denaturation, which is carried out to 90 to 98 degree Celsius between. What happen? The hydrogen bonds gets break due to this high temperature and these strands get separated from each other. This is the first DNA strand, single strand, and this is the another. It gets separated. This is the original DNA. Then, after the first treatment, the first step, heat denaturation at 90 to 98 degrees Celsius. The DNA strand gets separated due to the breaking of the hydrogen bonds between them. It requires higher temperature or more time if the GC pairs are more. If the GC pairs are more, it requires higher temperature or more time for this breaking the hydrogen bonds. Now, these two strands are single stranded DNA in this first step. Then in second step, what happened? Second step, is the annealing. Annealing, the temperature is decreased up to the 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. This is the first DNA strand. This is the second DNA strand. And the respective primers, we are showing the primers with the help of this. This is the forward primer, and this primer is the backward primer. The respective primers are joined, that is the forward primers joined to the one strand and reverse primer are joined to the another strands. This step is known as the annealing, which takes place between the 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. Then the third point is the extension or polymerization. Extension or polymerization up to the 60 to 70 degrees Celsius. This is the original strand. Then first primer which joins to the respective strand. It forms the new strand with the help of DNA polymerase enzyme, and the nucleotide base sequence are joined along with this DNA polymerase enzyme, and this strand is formed in this direction. This is the forward strand, and this is the another original strand over here, and this strand is formed in this direction. Means from one DNA strand, that is the desired DNA, we can obtain after the one cycle two copies of same DNA. It is a replication of DNA or amplification of the DNA in one cycle of the PCR in the three steps: heat denaturation, then annealing, extension of the PCR. This is the diagram. DNA to be amplified, the gene of interest. First step, denaturation, takes place at the 90 to 98 degrees Celsius. Denaturation, it can be separate from after the breaking of the hydrogen bonds. Then annealing, at the time of annealing, anneal means to join. To join the primers at the respective strands, two primers are there, forward primer and backward primer. And last step is the extension of the primers with the help of the DNA polymerase enzyme and with the help of the DNTPs. Now we are going to learn this process in animated videos with the help of this link. Then the applications of PCR. We discuss about this PCR, and we can use the PCR technique in medical and biological research lab. I have given the examples of today's situation, COVID-19 situation. We are waiting for the vaccines on COVID-19, on coronavirus. Second is the DNA amplification or DNA cloning. We obtain the millions or billions of copies of a known DNA sequence for the production of vaccines, antibiotics, enzymes, etc. Then DNA-based phylogeny. We study the DNA-based phylogeny with the help of this PCR technique. Then functional analysis of the genes. The analysis of the genes and the diagnosis of the hereditary diseases, DNA fingerprinting and detections for the paternity disputes or for the searching of the criminals. Then we are also use this technique for the diagnosis of infectious diseases and the cancers. Okay, thank you.